Teaching a child not to step on a caterpillar is as valuable to the child as it is to the caterpillar. That's a quote that's always stuck with me. It's a simple truth with implications for society that anyone would be foolish to ignore. And yet when it comes to discussions of the ethics of animal use, it seems that a particular strain of foolishness has become pervasive. It doesn't matter who you are or what you believe on this subject, whether you're a level 10 vegan who only eats free-range lettuce, a cow-brain munching true believer of the carnivore revival, or maybe even a member of that far less vocal but far larger number of people somewhere in between. You must have noticed that the discussion only ever happens on the same three platforms: health, the environment, and animal rights. So let's tackle the most irrelevant first: health. You don't have to be vegan to be healthy, but you absolutely can be healthy as a vegan. Anyone claiming otherwise is putting ideology before fact. Next, the environment. Again, it's a similar deal. Taken alone, the decision to adopt veganism or not has almost no bearing on how environmentally friendly or not you are. It's the finer details of how you live your vegan or non-vegan life that count here. So again, when it comes to the crunch, it's another non-argument. That takes us to the last and possibly most contentious of the three: animal rights. Vegans believe harming animals when there's no need is wrong. Non-vegans think harming animals is okay if there's something in it for them, and the difference between these two viewpoints can often seem insurmountable. So I've got a question for the vegans out there. If a non-vegan tells you they don't have a problem with harming animals for whatever reason, how do you hope to persuade them otherwise? The vegan says this is cruel and unnecessary. The non-vegan says I don't care, lions do it. Why shouldn't I? The vegan says lions have to do it to survive, you don't. And the non-vegan says, I don't care. As a discussion, it's going nowhere. So now, the real point of this video, the crux of the matter. Unless you're going to get behind an agenda of massive depopulation, the only way for the world to keep consuming animal products at the current rate is factory farming and industrialised slaughter. It's efficient, profitable, and the only possible way to keep the meat flowing. However you feel about this emotionally is irrelevant though. It's the facts that count, and the facts just aren't good. Wherever a slaughterhouse of this kind operates, something very bad happens within the community in which it's located. The rates of violent crime, sexual crime, domestic violence and child abuse go up. This hasn't been observed for any other industry which employs low-paid workers in an industrial setting. Something about working in a slaughterhouse and trading violence for money is bad for the human spirit, and that spills out into the surrounding communities. A large slaughterhouse can double the amount of this type of crime in a community. People paid to behave violently take their violence with them wherever they go. The link between someone who's cruel to animals and criminal activity targeting humans is well established. It strikes me as being predictable that the human victims of the meat industry are notably absent from any discussion around the ethics of killing and eating animals. Maybe people just don't know about it, maybe they don't want you to know. I'm certain there are many who will find the facts I'm sharing here to be inconvenient. If you've ever wondered why there seems to be so much spite and hatred in the world, why even the world's most successful societies seem bent on destroying themselves from within, this might be something you should look into. I get it that not everyone is going to care about this. The world is full of narcissists and sociopaths who don't care who gets harmed as long as they get what they want. But if you think child abuse or sexual assault or domestic violence is not desirable in your society or community, maybe it's time we rethought our own relationship to an industry whose stock in trade is possibly one of the most toxic things in our society at large.